Celebrity breakups often play out like real-life dramas, filled with scandal, betrayal, and heartbreak. But some splits go beyond the usual headlines. They dominate conversations, inspire songs, spark debates, and sometimes even divide fans. These are the breakups that leave a mark, not just because of who was involved, but because of how publicly and painfully they unraveled. Hollywood has seen its fair share of messy endings, but a few stand out for just how shocking, emotional, and unforgettable they were. When Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston ended their marriage in 2005, the world wasn't ready. They were the golden couple, two of the biggest stars of their time, seemingly perfect together. Their red carpet appearances radiated chemistry, and fans saw them as proof that love could survive fame. But beneath the surface, things were beginning to fall apart. When Brad met Angelina Jolie on the set of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, rumors of an affair exploded. Though Brad and Angelina denied any wrongdoing at the time, the damage had been done. Jennifer and Brad divorced, and not long after, Brad and Angelina went public with their relationship. The triangle between the three stars became one of the most talked about stories in Hollywood history, and even years later, it remains one of the most iconic and heartbreaking breakups ever seen. Another unforgettable breakup came from Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. What started as a whirlwind romance quickly turned into a legal and emotional nightmare. After marrying in 2015, their relationship began to unravel in a very public and disturbing way. Accusations of abuse flew from both sides, leading to lawsuits, leaked recordings, and court appearances that revealed the darkest corners of their private lives. The headlines were relentless, the fan reactions polarizing, and the truth was buried under layers of legal battles and personal trauma. Their breakup wasn't just messy. It became a global spectacle, raising questions about fame, power, and the toxic nature of celebrity relationships. Then there was a breakup between Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, which shattered the dreams of millions of Twilight fans. They were not just an on-screen couple, but a real-life romance that seemed to carry the same magic as their characters. But in 2012, photos surfaced of Kristen kissing director Rupert Sanders, and the fairy tale came crashing down. Fans felt betrayed not just by the scandal, but by the loss of a love story they believed in. Kristen issued a public apology. Robert stayed silent, and the media frenzy was intense. Though they briefly reconciled, the trust was broken, and the relationship eventually ended for good. One of the most unexpected splits in recent years was Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. When they first got together, many were skeptical, but they proved the critics wrong, at least for a while. They built a family, a brand, and a lifestyle that became impossible to ignore. But behind the scenes, things were unraveling. Kanye's public behavior grew increasingly erratic, and Kim struggled with the weight of balancing his needs with their family stability. By the time their divorce was announced in 2021, fans had already witnessed the cracks forming. The split played out in interviews, social media posts, and headlines that revealed the emotional toll on both sides. What made this breakup especially messy was the presence of their children and the deep emotional history that couldn't just be untangled overnight. Even seemingly stable couples like Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth weren't immune to the chaos of love under the spotlight. Their relationship was filled with passion, breakups, reunions, and finally, a marriage that lasted less than a year. When it ended, both seemed to take different paths almost instantly. Miley embraced a new chapter publicly, releasing music that many believed hinted at their personal struggles. Liam remained quiet, choosing a more private healing process. Their split showed how even years of love can unravel in moments, and how fame can amplify every mistake, every argument, and every goodbye. These celebrity breakups remind us that behind the glamour, the red carpets, and the perfect Instagram photos, real people are facing heartbreak, confusion, and loss. The only difference is that their pain plays out in front of millions. Some find closure, others stay tangled in the past, but all leave behind stories that the world won't soon forget. Because when the most admired couples fall apart, it doesn't just break their hearts, it breaks a little piece of the fantasy we all buy into.